Greetings, droners. B here, and today we're going to be talking about some interesting developments in the drone world. One of my favorite things about drones is that this is one of the fastest developing markets there are. So lots of things to talk about, really interesting. Let's get right into it. Droners, you know I love Part 107 because it's the greatest thing ever for people who want to be commercial pilots. But not everybody is happy with the ruling, especially companies trying to do delivery stuff. So like when I told you guys about the 107, I was like, oh, it's the greatest thing ever, but it might not be the greatest thing for people like Amazon, and I was right on the money. It seems that Amazon is threatening to move their operations overseas when it comes to Amazon Air because of this ruling. And that's a lot of money going overseas. So FAA is actually seeing if they can try to figure some stuff out with that. I hope they do. Some other people who aren't really happy about this are the communities and municipalities that have incredibly restrictive drone laws. So if you are in one of those communities that has restrictive droning, chances are you still do, but it goes by case to case and it's still kind of muddy, but I'm sure it'll be figured out in time. Moving on, we have drones in law enforcement, which is an interesting and kind of slippery slope. I'm sure all of you are aware of the issues that happened in Dallas where the police officers were sniped, 5 of them were sniped and killed, 11 shot altogether. And then they killed the sniper by attaching a bomb to a roller drone and then putting it into the garage where he was and blowing it up. Now, obviously, I'm not a police officer. I don't know, and DRONR, we don't know exactly what the situation was or what the best way for the situation to be resolved, but I have a really hard time imagining that that was the only way to solve what was going on, is to strap a bomb to a drone and put it in there. We've never done that before, as far as I know, so why do we have to start doing it now? Shit's been getting done pretty good. So, I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, you know, I'm not a police officer, none of us here are, but that seems a little bit extreme for any kind of police enforcement. All right, so on to the most perplexing drone news of the day, Vanguard Drone. You probably have never heard of it. And the Vanguard Drone is a drone that has all of the benefits that you probably want in a drone. It actually has the best flight time I've ever heard of in a drone that was battery powered of 90 minutes. Boss. Has object avoidance. It has 2 cameras, a 4K gimbal stabilized camera and an infrared camera. It's all made out of carbon fiber. It's water resistant, it's weather resistant. You know, it has every kind of GPS and autonomous flight features you can imagine. So you're like, oh shit, this drone is dope. Bob, how much would you pay for a drone of this quality? Oh, I don't know, probably as much as a DJI drone. Or you could be paying $38,000 for the base model. But if you wanted to get the upgraded version with the HD streaming component that goes up to 35 kilometers, then you'll be paying $65,800 for this drone. Now, this drone is not being built for your everyday consumer. This is meant for industrial use in the sense of agriculture, site surveying, and even security patrols. Either way, it's stupid expensive. Like, hopefully it does something I don't know about. If you know, let me know in the comments. So up next, as you may or may not have seen in other DRONR episodes, I kind of sort of have a thing for like drone swarms and being able to control a swarm of drones at once. And mostly that happens with the military. But SwarmX is a company that is developing that for commercial use. So that's pretty cool because now you can do that. I don't know if that falls legally under the FAA 107 that you can fly multiple drones at once because you're supposed to have a person in command for each one of the drones. But either way, the technology exists and they're testing it right now. And the OS is like one of those things that can like say, okay, you have all these drones and you can like survey a whole area. So for me, this seems like a really cool application for surveying tools or agricultural applications and things like that. And it's just, once again, drone technology taking off. I'm a big fan and it looks really cool, so check it out. Up next is a drone flight tracker. Flight Radar 24 already is a tracking website that tracks all of the flights in the air at all times over the United States. What they're doing now is they're partnering with another tech company called SkySense to be able to track every single drone in the air. Now, this is obviously some next level technology because drones aren't that big. So the reason that you can track planes is because they all have flight plans and they are huge. It's easy to track them on a radar. But drones are small and they're all flying at low altitude, which makes them harder to track by radar. They have a new technology called ADS-B, which stands for Automatic Dependent Surveillance Broadcast. This ADS-B technology already does exist. It's used for like smaller planes and all that. And it gives you all the kind of telemetry that you would want to know on an aircraft, like how fast it's going, where it's going, you know, the size of it, all that kind of stuff. So it's pretty cool that they're applying old technology to a new technology to be able to track it so everybody can know what's going on around them when it comes to drones. And if they do this correctly, then it could be really cool to see. Literally, you can go online at any time and see, like, in my community at this second, how many drones are flying. And if you're based in LA like I am, then I'm sure that you'll have a lot to look at. Droners, thanks again for watching this episode of DRONR News. And if you want to see more dope DRONR news, you can click here. Or if you want to see more drone related things that are super dope as well, you can click right here. Otherwise, make sure you're the homie to the homie and you subscribe, because that would be dope of you. And as always, stay fly.